What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here with an episode of Records and Ramblings. I actually have nothing else going on in my life right now, so I have no ramblings, so let's talk about some records. The first record I'm going to show you in this edition of Records and Ramblings is Abyssic Hate with a Decade of Hate. So yeah, I came across this at some random-ass shitty record store that's about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. It's a total garbage place full of like super overpriced records. The kind of records you'd find at a pawn shop, like fucking old fucking Billy Ocean and old like Tina Turner records, but they want like $15 for them and they're all beat up. It's fucking trash place. But they had a really small punk section, and this was actually in the punk section, which was really fucking cool. So this record has it's a demo, it's an EP, and it's this random comp song. This was released, I don't remember what year, but it's on No Colors. But yeah, this is fucking awesome. Fairly raw sounding, very fast, exactly how I want my black metal to sound. For some reason, for the longest time, I thought these guys were NS, and maybe they are, but I haven't seen anything online that says this, so I'm not really sure where I got that from. It may just be because of the album artwork, but if any of you guys know if they are, definitely let me know. That'd be really cool. By the way, I don't care if you don't care, like, shut the fuck up. But yeah, the records themselves are in great condition. The cover is kind of beat up, really worn. I don't know if you can see that. I don't feel like taking it back out again. But there's like splits on the top and stuff. There's definitely some ring wear. But when I was at the record store, I looked it up and I thought I saw that it was really rare. It's like, I don't know where I saw that, because when I look at it now, it's really not rare. But I think I only paid like $17 for it. It wasn't a big deal, but I mean, I think I could have paid a little bit more and got a better condition copy, but oh well, what are you going to do? First thing I'm going to show you, this is Crass with Yes Sir, I Will. I assume that most of you guys at this point are familiar with Crass, but they're a punk band from like the 70s and 80s. Actually one of my all-time favorite punk bands, but this is their fifth album. It's kind of a weird one. The record supposedly is a big fuck you to the English Prime Minister at the time, which is Margaret Thatcher. Look that story up. It's actually pretty interesting. But the music itself, it's really fucking weird because it's almost like this improvised punk rock record with these insane ramblings going on over it. And I don't know, it's like if you picture Current 93 but in punk rock form, you'll get something like this record. I actually think it's great. It's not something that I would throw on all the time though. You know, if I'm in the mood for Crass, I'm trying to show you this poster, but I really just, it's cool, but I just don't feel like doing this. Yeah, if I'm in the mood for Crass, I'm usually putting on the Feeding of the 5000. But if I'm in a really weird punk rock mood, then yeah, maybe I'll throw this one on. But yeah, Crass. Next record I'm going to show you, next two actually, are by the same band, and that's Demonomantic. And this record is Blessed in Eternal Cruelty. So this is a Swedish death metal band, features Swati Depus from As Alyssa and Beketh Nexamu. And it's interesting because he's not known for doing death metal, but this is great death metal. He does it really well. It's nothing super special, but it's still really good. Really fierce, violent, blackened death metal. This one is actually more blackened death metal than the one that comes before this, which is Grail. I'll show that in a minute. But it's kind of samey at times, but that's okay. And I don't know, if you like blackened death metal, but you're not so much a fan of the more war metal kind of sound, then I think you should grab this album because you'll probably dig it. I don't know if I mentioned it, but that one I just showed is the third album. This is the first one, and this is more, by the way, it's called Grail of Deformed Evilness. This one is more in the war metal category. It's still really good, still a bit samey, but still awesome stuff if you can find it. I don't think these are rare. I think you can get them for a fairly decent price. If you're an obsessive over anything that Swati Depus does, like I am, then It's definitely worth picking up. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Forgotten Spell with Opening the Skies of Sulphuric Paradise. Want to make sure I got that right. Great German black metal band. They've been releasing demos since like 2002. This is just one of many. Great one-man raw black metal, fast, ugly, nasty. The kind of shit that I love when it comes to black metal. You don't see these records super often, but they do pop up here and there, usually for around 20 bucks. And I remember when I first grabbed this, I kind of looked at it, the cover, and I was like, oh, that sounds like it might be something pretty cool. Looks more like it would be like an old like grind record or crust record or something. And I remember thinking when I got this, like, why isn't this band way more popular than they are? And of course, if the record was on fucking Scold or Go to Warwick, it would be like $100. I remember thinking this. And every dork would be talking about them all day long like they're the greatest band in the world because they're on Scold or Go to Warwick. What's funny is they have a record that came out a few years ago. I missed out on it, but it actually did come out on Go to Warwick's. Like I said, you can find this record for about 20, 30 bucks. The Go to Warwick's one goes for 100, 150. It's no better of a record than this one is. It's just, it has the Go to Warwick's name on it, and people just flip out. It's so weird, man. It's so fucking weird. Long story short, y'all motherfuckers are corny. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Horsewhip. This is their self-titled album. Horsewhip, they are basically a supergroup for anyone that was and is a fan of the Tampa hardcore scene from the 90s. So this is Jeff from Reversal of Man, Myke from Order of Importance, Sean from Early Grace. The drummer, I believe, is just the drummer. I don't think he was in any other bands. The cool thing about this record is they're not repeating themselves. You know, they're not doing the same old shit that they were doing before. And I loved all of those bands. Cool little insert here. Lyrics here. It's still chaotic and spastic like those bands were, but it's also really heavy and driving and kind of sludgy at times, but it's fucking awesome, man. The only guy from Reversal of Man that I still talk to is Jeff. So it makes me happy to see that he's fucking doing music again, man. And yeah, he's got an ear for doing some tight shit, because this record is fucking killer. Yeah, go pick this up. It's not rare. It came out this year. It's on Financial Ruin. I want to say it was probably like 14 or 15 bucks, and it's totally worth it. Oh, y'all finna be jealous like a motherfucker. Yes. Look at that shit, bye. This is Frank Ocean's Endless. Yeah. If you're a Frank Ocean fan, you know what this motherfucking shit is. This is the album that he did right before Blonde. It came out the same year. I feel like if you liked Blonde, you'll like this one. If you haven't heard it already, it's a very airy, very atmospheric, just a beautiful record. But yeah, this was sold for one day, I believe, and I got lucky enough to be able to grab a copy. After that, they were gone, and now I see this fucking record going for like, God, I think it's like $100 and something, $110, $120. But yeah, but both of his records are being hiked up in price like that. So just goes to show you, man, pay attention. Make sure you grab shit. Don't fucking second guess yourself. Because I want to say this was like 30 bucks when it first came out. And yeah, I'm really stoked to have this, man. Alright, and the last record I'm going to show you in this edition of Records and Ramblings. This is Paragon Impure with To Gaius for delivery of Agrippina. This is a great black metal band from Belgium. I don't really see a lot of people talking about this band. I'm not really sure why, because it's fucking amazing stuff. Super ugly, pissed off, hateful sounding black metal. This was released in 2005. Records on Black won't bother showing you that. I'm not gonna do that. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, and it was released on vinyl in 2007. To me, it sounds like a really cool mixture of like Dark Throne and Cult Offensive. So if that sounds up your alley, make sure you go grab this. I've seen this record selling on Discogs for like $15, and it's beyond worth $15. So yeah, make sure you go grab that if you're a fan of really unrelenting, ugly, nasty sounding black metal. And they have a new album that's coming out this year. I've only heard a few songs from it, but they sound fucking killer. So I'm really looking forward to checking that out. And yeah, that's it for this edition of Records and Ramblings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you. And I'll see you guys next time. All right? Peace out, boy.